It is time to say thank you to all those who have played a part in what we are here to commemorate today. If a piece of artwork invokes an emotion in you, it's worked. It's to be enjoyed, it's to make you sad, it's to make you happy. Whatever it does to you, that's what it's for. And this particular project, I think it's wonderful.
Cod Steaks is a design and build company based here in Bristol. It's been running now for 35 years. It was set up by me when I came to Bristol as a student. It's now a collective of great artists and brilliant sculptors.
When it was coming up to 2014, they were going to set up some commemorative woods to mark the centenary. And I thought, that might be an idea. We decided, wouldn't it be wonderful to have a piece of public art in that place just to emphasise the importance of it and how much it means to the town, to commemorate the 353 young people, men, who went away to the First World War and never came back.
After I went back and actually stood on the site and looked over the trees, all the planting of the trees, I kind of felt that they needed something of really big scale so that it would become less of a memorial but more of something that they would enjoy visiting.
We whittled it down to 4. Each artist was, oh yes, they're good, we'll have them. And then the next one came, oh, they're good, we'll have them. But then we were totally blown away by Cod Steaks, who came in and we thought they're just the perfect company of artists to use. We wanted something that was a little bit more extraordinary than just a statue. Something more. Let's commemorate those young soldiers in a more positive, permanent way.
I'm Paul Drake. I'm the sculptor who did the production design and built the Featherstone horse. Sue had a model of the horse built so that she could decide what the right sort of pose she wanted to get. This is our scanned model of the horse, which has now been brought into the computer. And what I'm going to do is send all these plates out to be CNC laser cut. What I'm going to do is start building up some of the sort of skeletal pieces of the horse. My plan is to sort of use sort of anatomical drawings of horses and try and pick out the key muscle groups in the wire and sort of, you know, build the surface like that basically. There's probably about 100 different pieces of steel which are going to make up this head. I've never built anything this big before in plate steel, so it's going to be a real challenge for me. I'm looking forward to this one. It's the beauty of working with steel. Just add a bit on if you cut it too short. We're working on the horse. We're trying to follow the sort of sinewy sort of lines of the, you know, following the muscle tone, and that's what we started doing here. And so we're building up the outer shell of the horse, and we'll keep adding wire until we're happy, basically. At the minute, it's just all freehand wire work.
On each one of these halves of the mane, there's 197 pieces of individual 12mm rope, 7 foot long each, and then to build the mane and the tail, thinking probably 4 days in total from start to finish.
The small model head doesn't really work that well, and I think it's quite complex, and that's a very important part. Not the whole of the horse isn't important, but The head feature is important that it's quite accurate, and so Paul will make a separate model for that, which will give him a better chance of seeing how the different pieces will come together a little bit better.
I'm just pre-bending some of this metal and offering it up just so that I can start just start getting the kind of shape to come into it, and then once you get a starting point, you've got something to work to. Then what I might do is just tack this one in position so that I can start working on the next piece, and it gives me an idea of where it's going to go. So I'm just going to very loosely put this in place now. There's a lot going on here. There's a lot of pieces that have got to come together somehow. It's not going to take it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'll just cut a little piece and just weld a piece in, get that, and try and keep that a nice clean crisp junction then. Bit of a jigsaw puzzle.
I think the people of Featherstone will understand the materials we'll be using. And it's being built in a very industrial way, although it's a very sensitive subject. And I think that its power and its grace and the way that it stands will give them a real sense of sculptural understanding, and I'm sure that they will appreciate it, and I'm sure they'll love it as much as we do as we go ahead and build it.
We've consulted far and wide with our townspeople and overwhelming support for this project. And I remember the day really well, and so came. And we're sat at the table, all the councillors were there, ready for this big decision and the big reveal. And Sue just leaned over and said to me, "I've only got the one idea for you." And I wasn't concerned at all, because I knew it'd be outstanding. And she said, "It's a horse." And I said, that'll be fine. These will absolutely love that idea. When it unfolded, that was mind-blowing. It wasn't what I was expecting, but it said a lot. It said a lot, and it looked absolutely superb, the initial plan that Sue showed. And from that day on, everyone, all of us, started to call it the War Horse.
Well, what I'm doing here is I'm just starting to build up the bottom of the head with the wire, just so that it ties in with the rest of the horse. Just because I don't, we wanted the head to be quite sculptural, so we've done that in a sheet metal, but we don't want it to look like it's not part of the sculpture. It's just a case of manipulating the bar into shape. We've used 1.8 kilometres of 8mm solid bar so far, all bent by hand.
The horse's ears are very important because it kind of demonstrates the expression of the horse. It determines how it's thinking, how it's feeling, whether it's listening. And the horse is supposed to be feeling the force of the weight of pulling, and the ears going backwards kind of get that tension into the sculpture. What do you think? Just going to cut some metal up to it?
Yeah, I think we'll add a piece in,
right,
rather than take away.
Yeah.
They might look a bit small for you.
That's okay. Let's have a look at it from the side.
Maybe we need to see it.
I might be inclined to
cut them in. Okay.
Like they don't need to go in by very much. Maybe just an inch or so.
Okay.
Is that possible?
Yeah. We can cut them in. It's about half a day's work, and we're painting it tomorrow. So, all right, I'll get them cut in. Yep. No, just scribe them in and set them down. Drop them down. Yeah, that'll be fine.
Towards you, Paul, just by half an inch. Down a bit. That's it. That's great. That's it. I'm very happy. It looks beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. They've done an amazing job. Amazing job. It's really lovely to see the head coming together. What do you think, Tallulah?
Yeah, it's still a fair amount to do, I think, but we'll get it done, I hope.
Little piece up here, then he's doing on the back of the thigh. See that little gap there?
Yeah.
And then there's a few bits there that need filling in.
Yeah, I can see the gap.
I've done this side this morning up under here, and then we just wanted a bit more density around there.
All right.
And
Yeah, great. Paul's done a great job again. Oh yeah, beats the desk job all day. Yeah.
Wow. Amazing. Well done you. Fantastic. What a beast.
right,
Okay,
back to it.
well I'll go home. Thank you. I just want to say thank you all for coming here today. We're just about to launch an important piece of sculpture. I'd like to welcome from Yorkshire, the Mayor, Margaret. And I'd like to thank them very much for permission for this project. I'd also like to especially thank Paul. Where's Paul? Paul, who was the lead sculptor on this project and hasn't had his feet on the ground for what I would say about 2 or 3 months. So, are we ready? Calm. Are you happy? I'm so glad. I'm so glad.
Incredible.
Is this the first time you've seen it today?
Absolutely.
God, it's so well done. Well, it's your brave commission.
We knew
Yes,
it. We knew it was. We knew it was the
beg your
right
pardon.
choice. We just knew. That is fantastic.
Let's go and have a closer look together.
Graham still can go. Can I touch it? Go on. It's brilliant. Graham, come and touch it. Fantastic, man. Margaret, touch it.
It's not very often I get done, but you've done me.
I'm just overcome. I'm overcome. When it came out of those doors, just overcome. I gave him his phone back. I couldn't take a picture.
Brilliant.
I know. I haven't got any photo.
Isn't it incredible, isn't it?
Have we got a nice picture to put
I've
in the
got a
booklet?
few. Wait while they see
should
this.
have the group of you in front of it.
Wait while they
Yes.
see this. Just wait while they see this.
The people of this town, the proud people,
Yeah.
they'll be so proud. They'll be
they
really
will.
proud of this for a long time. They will. It's
oh.
amazing.
I liken it to when you first trying to light a fire and you've got a few burning embers and then somebody opens the draft door and whoosh, it just took off and it just, everybody just became embroiled, didn't they? So, and me for one, I was certainly sold from day one, and it just got bigger and bigger, and it got bigger and bigger inside me until today, and we've come and seen how grand it is.
can't imagine it in this environment now. I mean, I can saw it down at yard at Cod Steaks, but what's it going to look like here?
Difficult to imagine. All these people are excited waiting for it to come.
I think it's amazing. It really is amazing. It's a credit to Cod Steaks. I have to say, Cod Steaks have done an absolutely amazing job.
Very relieved that it's in position now. It's nice to get like lots of lovely reactions and like an emotional response from lots of the people that come to see it. So it's good. Yeah.
And that's what today's all about. It's about Featherstone. It's about you, the people of Featherstone, commemorating the ones that gave their life in the First World War.
Can you imagine how they felt when taken from the field? To stand before the cannon fire and never have to yield. To pull the heavy carriage across the muddy ground and to witness all the carnage and slaughter all around. And in your life's last sacrifice against war's abhorrent force, we pray for you, we thank you. Britain's mightiest war horse.
I think it's a sense of moving forward and living on in a way, isn't it? It's the trees are commemorating these young men. But in a way, we're helping them to live on in people's minds as this will live on for the people of Featherstone.